welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing okay and enjoying the sunshine if there is any by you. I feel like I'm finally coming back to life after the winter. It's an amazing feeling, so I hope you all get to experience that as well. What I thought we'd do today is a little flip through of my February journaling spreads. I have my bullet journal, my Hobonichi cousin, and my Hobonichi weeks to go through. Admittedly, this is the spring edition of the Hobonichi week, so you've only got 1 week to look through, but hopefully you'll still find that interesting if that is something that you're clicking on this video for. So what I thought we'd do first is go through the bullet journal, if we get that one out the way, because that's one's the least exciting one, I think. But it's still good, but it's not my best work for February. Also, side note, I apologise for the state of my nails. I forgot to paint them before going home for the weekend, so they're a bit of a mess right now and I don't have any nail varnish near me, so you're gonna have to put up with these ugly nails. February was an interesting month if we turn to my year in pixels. There was quite a lot of me being quite low towards the end of the month. I'm not sure what happened. My mood just dropped and I was pretty miserable for that entire 7 days for the entire week. I've got some mixed emotions towards the beginning of the month as well, so, but like I said at the beginning, the sun is out, so I'm feeling a little bit better than I have been, so that's a positive. And I don't think I made any progress on my month, on my 25 in 2025. I think we visited a museum this month, or was that last month? I can't remember. I did eat at a restaurant, I know I did that. So we have like one. A lot of these is going to take a bit of a while to get through, I think. But that's fine. So now we're on to the monthly spreads. And February, as if you can't tell by the bright colours, was a Valentine's Lilo and Stitch Disney theme. Because my partner is a very big Stitch fan. So I thought I'd do a Lilo and Stitch thing to represent him in this. And we got loads of hearts. Those are quite fun to doodle. This turned out like Stitch and Angel turned out a bit bigger than anticipated, so I had to trim the ends off a little bit, which is a bit disappointing. But I think it turned out quite well, all things considered. And we also have Bujibu, which is like my love in Stitch language, I believe. Something along that is what he refers to Angel as, I believe, according to the wiki. So if we move along, we have my February calendar. Lots more hearts decoration, pink and blues. I had a theatre trip at the beginning of the month. I had a doctor's appointment at the end. That was about it. And my goals for this month were to read 4 books, which I did not achieve because I read a really hefty book at the beginning of the month and that took me about 2 weeks of the whole month to read it. I achieved to have I achieved to have 10 no spend days. That was really good. I've been doing really well in my budgeting, I think, all things considered. I did practice yoga twice a week. I did not do my skincare 5 times, which is embarrassingly low. I attended a hairspray and celebrated Valentine's, but I did not film once per week because we had a week where I couldn't film. But that was fine. And now onto my habits. I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 out of 28 days I read, which I think is amazing. And then I did do yoga twice a week, so it's all clumped at the beginning of the week, which is interesting. I did not take my meds every single day. That's naughty me. But I had a few confusion days and mix-ups where I took my meds at the wrong time, which meant I couldn't take them at the next day, and it all got confusing. I think I managed 11 no spend days, which is really good. I did a load of journaling, and for March I am changing this habit to something else because I feel like that will be more interesting than me journaling, because I know I'm going to journal, let's be honest. And my skincare, I only achieved 3 days, which is embarrassing, so we're going to skim past that. My self-care bingo, I did really, really well. I nearly achieved a bingo, a full house in bingo. Other than studying astrology, I didn't do much of that, so I didn't end up crossing it off. But hopefully we'll end up adding a few more crochet bits, adding some video games and things like that into Marches. My highlights, this was a really, really fun spread to do this month. I really enjoyed finding little highlights of each day, and I've got writing in here, I've got playing video games, I've got going to the theatre, making YouTube videos, things like that, and that was really lovely to mark that in each day. And now we get to my favourite game, music, book and movie of the month. So my favourite game was Baldur's Gate 3 this month. Me and my partner have started a multiplayer playthrough of Baldur's Gate, and I am a Githyanki ranger named Cedar, so that was really, really fun. And you got like unique dialogue depending on what your class is and things like that. It's really interesting. My favourite album of this month was Bring Me the Horizon's Next Gen. It's my favourite album of all time at the minute, and I'm having a lot of fun, and I said it's straight up vibes with its edginess, so that was really fun to I think I spent like most days listening to that one album. I'm a bit obsessed. My favourite book is A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. That book broke me. It's about 800 pages and it's just trauma throughout the entire book, but I adore it, and it is now one of my favourite books of all time, so I'm really glad I read that book. And my favourite movie was Bedknobs and Broomsticks. We actually only read 2 books this month, but watched 2 movies, and that was My Neighbour Totoro and Bedknobs and Broomsticks, and it was quite close, but Bedknobs and Broomsticks won because of the nostalgia factor. And now we get on to my weeklies. So there's been lots of the same thing happening every month, so it's not really that interesting to go through these, but I thought I would. So this week we had Hairspray, so we had a date night, we did lots of yoga, I filmed my first YouTube video on the 8th, that was really fun. Lots of reading A Little Life, like most of this is me reading A Little Life. Setting up Hobonichis, going on date days in a coffee shop for Valentine's, things like that. Yeah, finishing A Little Life on the 20th. Literally, I started A Little Life, I think the first, so that was the last month, the 1st of February, and it took me until the 20th to finish it. Like, it was a full, like, nearly 3 weeks of me trying to finish this book, and it was amazing, but it's not a book to read in, like, one big chunk. You have to kind of, like, pace yourself with it because it's so traumatic. It's a very depressing read, but it's also wonderful as well. So I finished that book there. Started Divine Rivals, which I am yet to finish, and now we're on this week. We are here at the moment, the 1st. I'm hoping to finish Divine Rivals, this book here, either today or tomorrow, so then I can start March's pages with a new, fresh book. I'm not sure what's next on my TBR, but we'll have to see. I watched Bedknobs and Broomsticks, here, so that was really exciting. It was quite late in the month when we started watching movies because we had a break from watching movies, but we're back to it now. And then that's the end of my bullet journal. The next pages are March, so we're gonna have to wait for next month to flip through those. So that was quite a quick flip through, but it's nice to include it in this because my bullet journal is my priority main planner, whereas my Hobonichis are like assisting journals, as it were. So I like to go through the planner first. But that was my bullet journal. Next, what I think we'll do is go through my Hobonichi cousin, because this is my main priority journal. Like, I do my gratitude journal in here, I do my task lists, I do tarot readings, did I say affirmations? I think so. All that kind of stuff goes in here. And what I thought we'd start with is my calendar spread. So what I do, if you haven't seen my how I use my Hobonichi cousin video, this is how I set up my calendar spreads. Like, I have no use for an actual calendar task list type thing because that all happens in my bullet journal. So what I use these spreads for is to put a highlight of every day in each of the calendar spaces, and it ends up with this lovely little collage of all positivity. Sometimes I will admit I do forget to take a photo, but then I'll just go back and print off like the TV show I was watching, the book I was reading, the game I was playing, that kind of stuff, you know. But some of the highlights on this month, we have seen Hairspray, the musical, reading A Little Life, as I've mentioned, building my computer, that happened here. My partner upgraded my computer, which is amazing. Sims now runs flawlessly. I'm very excited. Sims 4, Baldur's Gate. I think we have us playing Baldur's Gate here. And Bed Knobs and Broomsticks, of course. So this was really, really fun, and I'm taking that forward in March, which starts here. There is 31 days, so one of them's going to be quite small because the 31 day isn't as big as I was hoping for. But that's fine, we can make it work. But I'm very excited to be able to see like a whole year worth of really pretty photos. It's going to be exciting. And now the weekly spreads. So the weekly spreads start here because I actually started this journal on the 6th of February. I did initially start off by time blocking what I did that day, but I found that was really boring and ugly. So I changed it into doing media, glimmers and notes for a little bit. So this week what we did was watch loads of Agretsuko on Netflix, lots of reading of A Little Life. Glimmers are kind of like mini highlights of the day as we're going along, like things to be positive about. And I've got things like bacon sandwiches, you know, and seeing my cats. And then we go forward into the next week, and we've got lots of things here, like lots of reading, watching Winnie the Pooh on Disney Plus, watching Fruits Basket, my favourite anime. And it's loads of cute little glimmers here, which is basically just like shopping, cuddles with my partner, playing Sims, having takeout. Eventually I do get rid of this notes page because this is not useful in the slightest. And it just continues like that. Like, I'm not finding anything like really, really pinpointing that's like massively interesting in these weekdays, because these are kind of like miniature little things a lot throughout the day. It can be something really small, but something that like makes your day worthwhile, you know? Like here I put, I was doing yoga and I improved on a pose that I wasn't able to do previously. Or I have finishing A Little Life, buying CDs, like things like that, you know? And this is this week, so we're not entirely finished yet. We've still got some pages here. But as you can see on this page, I did get rid of the note section and make glimmers a little longer and media a little longer as well, because I found that I wasn't utilising the notes pages enough to make them consistent. I've also added play at the top here, as well as listen, watch and read for the week, because I play a lot of video games. So this week, what I'd say was my highlight was playing Baldur's Gate and probably watching YouTube videos. That was my week. And of course, bed knobs and broomsticks, wherever that is here. So a highlight of the week was probably for play, because you won't really see this week, I don't think, was playing Baldur's Gate, listening to Bring Me the Horizon, watching Bed Knobs and Broomsticks, and reading Divine Rivals. And then I've set up next week as well, but that'll be seen in my March pages. So what we're going to do now is go to the beginning of February. If anyone has a use for these initial monthly spreads, I'd really want to know what you use them for, because mine have just been left blank because I'm not really sure what to do with them. I guess I could make a collage, but I do that a lot in my hobby journal, which is my Hobonichi weeks. So I'd really love to see what people use these random pages for. I actually started this journal on the 6th, for the rest are blank up until that point. I talked about this in how I use my Hobonichi cousin, but this page is ugly and we're gonna disregard it because I didn't know what I was going to use these daily pages for the first day, but I actually managed to get a system that I really liked on the next day. So technically we're going to start here. And I split my daily pages into 5 sections. There's gratitude, affirmation, tarot, today, which is for journaling, and task list. My gratitude, it's really, how am I going to do this? I think I'll just flip through, and if anything really pops out, then I'll mention it. Like here, my affirmation was really lovely because I said I am safe and comfortable being myself. So those affirmations are really helpful to me, to make it so that I can start the day with confidence rather than just being in my little depression pit and being really sad. I started my first video here. Oh no, that was the second week of doing my videos. So I put the cover of my video here. This was the day I had bacon sandwiches. I was very excited about that, clearly. A little ramble about a little life and how much I'm loving it right now. I get my stickers from a number of shops, of small businesses, but if you just search, as I live in the UK, I go on Etsy, just type in planner stickers and just go for a load of small businesses that are based in the UK. I have put a few down in the description box if you're interested, and some of my favourite places to get stickers from. I got an Inside My Head order which arrived, so I was very, very excited about that. New tea and coffee jars, like that needed to be put in my daily pages. Tarot card for the day ended up being an otter. I absolutely adore otters, if you don't know, and I was very excited that an otter turned up as my daily card. Yoga was challenging this day. Oh, I remember that. I was feeling quite down that I didn't manage to do as well in yoga as I wanted to, but I did a little reflection about how far I've come with my yoga practice. I found some fan art of a little life, and I finally finished it here, and I basically just said that I'm so emotionally drained and broken. If you know, you know. Lots and lots of stickers. I made a little collage in my hobby journal, so I made a small version here and stuck it in. And playing Baldur's Gate, and I believe that is how we end February. Yeah, so I have a few pages set up for March. I've got this weekend set up, and I'm going to, if you guys know how to use these pages or how you use these pages, I'll be really, really interested, because I'd love to do something with these pages. And I also have the entirety of January to do stuff with as well. But yeah, that is my Hobonichi cousin. I'm loving this system so much, and I'm having a lot of fun delving in and making progress with my pages, because they're starting to look really fluffy in the parts that they are done in, and I'm really excited about that. Finally, I've only just started this Hobonichi Weeks, because it is the spring edition, so it doesn't technically start until March. But there is the last week of February done in here as well, so I thought I'd show it off. So my stickers are from Redbubble and Cuppa Seriously on Etsy. That's where that sticker's from. And I got some basic stickers. I've got Prompto from Final Fantasy, Fruits Basket, and Supernatural, the TV show. So how I use this is, for the months, I just stick a sticker over the month as I'm like crossing off every month. So I stuck a little otter sticker in for January and February. And this is going to be my hobby journal. So basically I'm just going to list hobbies that I participated in that day and then do a collage on the other side. And there was this what used to be here was a calendar for the previous year and the next year. I didn't feel like I needed that, so I coloured it in. I covered it with a collage of my favourite things. So we've got otters, we've got Disney World, My Chemical Romance, Bring Me the Horizon, Disney, Sims, lots and lots of random things. Shout out to Tofino and Luna from the Vancouver Aquarium, I think it is. Very random, but I love watching their TikToks. If you know, you know. Yeah, so we got Fruits Basket as well. So if you're a fan of any of these things, please let me know. We could ramble about them in the comments. I haven't used these pages yet because they don't start until April. And how I'm going to use the monthlies is I'm going to do a book tracker, I think. But I haven't really decided, but it is the 1st of March today, so I should probably hurry up and decide how I'm going to be using this. And then what we'll do is we'll go to the first weeks, which is the only week section that is complete. And it was this past week. We are here. And what I'm doing, I'm listing every single hobby I participated in or watched or played, anything that I enjoyed. And for every day, I'm going to highlight my favourite thing out of the list. And then eventually we will do a collage of something involving one of the highlighted things. That's the aim. So this week some of my highlights were Divine Rivals. This book is one of my favourite books of all time. Absolutely stunning book. Crochet. I'm making a book blanket currently. I should have brought it to show, but it's just basically a normal square blanket, a continuous granny square, and every colour is corresponding to a different genre of books that I read. So I will probably show it off at some point. And we have Bedknobs and Broomsticks, we have Baldur's Gate and Disney Dreamlight Valley. But I thought I'd do a Bedknobs and Broomsticks theme page because this is nostalgia. We have Angela Lansbury here being a witch queen. That was when she got her first broom. When her and Mr. Brown won the dance competition. That was it. And then we have the Star of Astaroth. If you know this film, you'll know. But I absolutely adore this movie. I think it was so much fun, and I used to be obsessed with it as a kid because I wanted to be a witch just like her. As you do. But yeah, the Star of Astaroth here. I was very proud of cutting it out and sticking it in the middle. And for the next week, I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing yet. I think it will probably involve a video game, because my aim for this year is to play more video games and complete more video games. So maybe I'll do a throwback and play some Final Fantasy 15. We shall have to see. But yeah, that is all of my journals, I believe. I have been rambling for quite a while, I think. That was a flip through of my February pages. Thank you so much for watching if you watched this far. It means a lot to me on my little corner of the internet. And I will see you in next week's video. Bye guys!